If you were a teenager in the 1970s, you experienced a unique psychological landscape that shaped who you are today. You grew up in a world without constant connectivity, where boredom was normal and independence was expected. This wasn't just a different time, it fundamentally shaped your brain's development, your social skills, and your relationship with yourself. Understanding the psychology behind your 70s adolescence helps explain why you process the world differently than younger generations, and why certain modern behaviors might feel completely foreign to you. Your teenage brain developed in an environment of extended solitude and unstructured time, which research shows creates different neural pathways than constant stimulation does. Psychologists call this low-stimulation development, where your brain learned to generate its own entertainment, process emotions independently, and develop deep internal thought patterns. You didn't have phones interrupting your concentration every few minutes, so your attention span formed differently. Your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for decision-making and self-regulation, developed while you were actually making real-world decisions without parental GPS tracking or constant check-ins. This created a psychological foundation built on autonomy, self-reliance, and the ability to sit with your own thoughts without needing external validation or distraction. This manifests in your daily life in distinct ways. You're probably comfortable with silence and don't feel the compulsion to fill every moment with noise or activity. When you're bored, you don't immediately reach for a device. You might actually just sit and think, something younger generations find almost impossible. You likely have a different relationship with privacy too, because you grew up when your thoughts, mistakes, and embarrassing moments weren't permanently documented online. Your social connections formed through face-to-face interaction, lengthy phone conversations on landlines, and physically showing up at friends' houses. This created deeper, though fewer, social bonds, and taught you to read body language and vocal tone in ways that text-based communication never could. The psychological research behind this is fascinating. Studies on generational development show that teenagers who grew up pre-digital era developed what's called internal locus of control, the belief that you control your own outcomes through your actions. You learned to navigate the world through trial and error without Google to answer every question or social media to tell you what to think. Your identity formation happened privately, through experimentation and reflection, not through curated online personas. This created psychological resilience and self-sufficiency that research links to better stress management and problem-solving skills. Your brain literally wired itself for independence because your environment demanded it. The strengths of this psychological development are profound. You possess deep concentration abilities that are increasingly rare. You can focus on one task for extended periods without feeling anxious about what you're missing elsewhere. Your emotional regulation is strong because you learned to process feelings without constant external input or validation. You have genuine self-knowledge because you spent formative years actually getting to know yourself in solitude. You're comfortable with delayed gratification since you grew up waiting for things. Waiting for your favorite TV show, waiting to see photos you took, waiting to connect with friends. This psychological patience translates into better financial decisions, stronger relationships, and the ability to work toward long-term goals without needing instant rewards. Understanding this about yourself isn't about nostalgia or thinking your generation was better. It's about recognizing how your formative environment shaped your psychology in ways that are genuinely valuable. Your comfort with solitude, your ability to focus deeply, your self-reliance, and your capacity for delayed gratification are psychological strengths that modern culture is actually trying to reclaim through mindfulness practices, digital detoxes, and attention management courses. You develop these naturally because your teenage years demanded them. You're not outdated or disconnected. You're psychologically equipped with skills that took root in a different era. If this helped you understand your generational psychology better, subscribe for more content exploring how we're shaped and like to share this perspective.